So if you read 12 verses before that, it says, now learn the parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and put forth leaves, you know that the summer is nigh. So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. So when you see all these things, Jerusalem's surrounded by armies, the red heifers, war in America, what's going on in America, right? Then you know that it is near. And the parable of the fig tree is in Revelation 6, verse 12, starting at verse 12. And I beheld, when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. And the stars of heaven fell onto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs, when she is shaken of a mighty wind. And the heaven departed as a scroll, when in it, and the heaven departed as a scroll, when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every freeman, hid themselves in the dens and the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and to the rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come, who shall be able to stand? So this is Satan being cast down, not Yeshua coming, but the fig tree. When it casts for untimely figs, that's the rotten fruit that get cast down from heaven. If you go to Isaiah 34, verse 1, it says, come near ye nations to hear, and hearken ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of Jehovah is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off the vine, and as a fallen fig from the fig tree. Okay? All the hosts of heaven. It's the fallen angels. They're going to get cast down over America, and that's people's punishment. That's why Romans 13 says, don't rail against your government, because you read in the book of Daniel, it tells you he's going to raise up a fierce king, and understanding dark sentences, it was the Antichrist and stuff. And he's going to pollute the sanctuary, his strength, which is the temple, and he's going to cast truth to the ground, and he's going to corrupt the world with peace and kill all of God's people. Everyone that keeps the Ten Commandments was God's people. Because you go to Revelation 12, it says, there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth, in pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which is ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it is born. And she brought forth the man-child, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron, and her child was caught up to God unto his throne. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she had a place prepared of Jehovah, that they should feed her there 1,362 days. So the summer is not. It's a springtime event. Fig tree produces fruit, drops of bad fruit. And right before the spring, that's why it says, right before the summer, that's why it says in certain parts, like Jeremiah, that the summer is past and we're not saved, right? But it's Satan, like the fig tree fall, like casts fucking fruit down to the earth at the 6th seal, which is pretty much the start of great tribulation. And then the woman, which is the church, which is Israel, goes into the wilderness for 3.5 years, that they should be fed, seems like by the man-child, which the man-child is the 144,000 that get caught up to the throne, right? In Mark 13, it says, watch and pray that you may be able Well, that's not the exact one, but it says, watch and pray that you may be able to escape these things that come upon the earth and stand before the Son of Man. Watching and praying means to warn people, tell them they will die for breaking the 10 Commandments. I do keep reading. There was war in heaven, and Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against and his angels. It's Daniel 12. Michael stands up, casts him to the earth. This has not happened yet. And prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, the old serpent, called the devil, and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Right? And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of Jehovah, and the power of his Messiah. This is Yeshua, Jehovah, and Yeshua. Jesus ain't his name. He's going to save the people for his name's sake. But it also tells you that they blaspheme his name among the Gentiles for doing Christmas and Easter. Ezekiel 20, which is actually this event right here when he comes to plead face to face with them as he pled with them in the wilderness in the first Exodus. Because this is the second Exodus. This is when his people are saved. Now for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our Jehovah day and night. So this is even Zechariah 3, right? And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and to the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having a great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And when the dragon saw that he was cast down to the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child. So he couldn't get the man-child, so he went after the woman. Okay? We keep reading. To the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, and to her place where she was nourished for a time and times and half a time from the face of the serpent. And the serpent cast out of his mouth waters of flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of her flood. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth. And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God, and have the testimony of Yeshua. The testimony of Yeshua is the spirit of prophecy. You can see that in Revelation 14, I think it's verse 12. Yeah, here's the patient of the saints. Here they keep the commandments of God and have the faith of Yeshua. My bad. No, it's not right. Testimony of Yeshua. Right. Revelation 19, verse 10. Wrong quote. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and thy brethren that have the testimony of Yeshua. Worship Jehovah, for the testimony of Yeshua is the spirit of prophecy. So these people that are going to be saved keep the commandments, and they have the spirit of prophecy. So if you don't keep the 10 Commandments, you're going to get given over to Satan. That's in the book of Daniel. Daniel chapter 11, verse 30 to be exact. But if I can get it in, the very last saying to this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angel of heaven, but my Father only. I'm probably going to run out of time, but, as in the days of Noah, they was eating and drinking and giving in marriage. You see that going on today. In the church, what are they doing? Not shit. What is the world doing? Not shit. All right. Because in that day, he called to lamentation more than woe. This is Revelation 10, quoting Ezekiel 2 and 3 about how you're supposed to watch for the people. Nobody's doing that. And then, watch ye therefore, for ye know not what the hour of Jehovah do come. But know this, that the good man of the house had known, and what watch the thief would come, he would have watched, and would have not suffered the house to be broken up. Therefore be also ready, for in such hour as ye think not the Son of Man come, he cometh. Who then is the faithful and wise servant? Okay, to give him meat in due season. So this is 1 Thessalonians 5. If you watch, you're not asleep, and he won't come